Keanu, you made the first move for this, I understand.
Yes.
You made an ungodly hour FaceTime of sorts. What did
Ungodly
it take?
for you, maybe.
Yeah,
It wasn't so
it
bad
was
for me.
London, you were in LA.
Yeah.
I was a little jet lagged, and then the muse called.
It did.
And then the muse called.
What did you think when his name popped up on your phone at that
Well,
hour?
we talk pretty regularly, but his face jammed into a webcam saying, "You, me, Godot." That was the thing. You know, look, it was exciting. We love theater. We have similar taste in theater and literature, and we like acting together. It's a play about two old friends who have performed together. So there's stuff there that I knew we could work with, but it was a big challenge. We knew we were diving into something that would take a lot of work.
So did it take much convincing for him, or was it pretty easy to get him on board?
Yeah, it was quick. The muse struck you too.
And then it struck Jamie just
And then
as
it was
quickly. Like
Jamie Lloyd, the director.
Yeah, we went to Jamie Lloyd right away. I mean, this was 3 years and change ago, and you know, the three of us were kind of in the trenches quickly.
Wow, 3 years in the making. And Keanu, you said coming to Broadway was a childhood dream for you?
sure, yeah.
So what do you think young Keanu would think of you getting this opportunity and doing this now?
He'd be really happy for me, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. That means I might get to do that too."
I think young Keanu was getting to do this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, definitely young Alex. The inner kids in these characters get to do a lot.
It's safe to say there's no stunt work. You're going to leave that part of your career to the side for right now.
Well, I don't do stunts, but there's a lot of action in this play, and I mean, I don't want to misguide anyone with, but it's a very physical.
It is, yeah.
And it has the collaboration, and the fun and the thing, but it's a physical. I mean, you've been training for months.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
It's physically, you have to be ready for 8 shows a week.
Yeah. And this is not your first run with Broadway, so
No.
how does it feel to return?
It's exciting. I love theater. I came up doing a lot of theater, and but to be able to do Beckett, to be able to work with Keanu on a stage, to sort of go out and just live with the audience and commune with Brandon and Michael, and that's incredibly exciting.
Yeah. And you said that working with Keanu was like being in a band together. I'm curious, what would this band name be for you guys?
The band is called Wild Stallions, if you weren't aware. It does exist, and it's been going for quite some time.
Yeah.
And when you guys first met, obviously you've known each other for quite some time now. I pulled this old photo of you guys circa 1991, if you guys want to take a look.
That's the bogus premiere, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
We got dressed up.
Yeah. I bought that in Bangkok. I remember buying that piece of,
Nice.
Yep.
We look like we're having fun.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Right on.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions when you guys first started working together?
Well, we auditioned on Bill and Ted 1. And I remember being in the waiting room, and I had my motorcycle helmet, and he walks in, he's got his motorcycle helmet. We start talking bikes, then we start talking bass guitar, then we start talking theater, then we start talking literature. And then I didn't see him again for a while because the audition process took so long. It was months later, we got sort of thrown back together. I remember once we were waiting so long, talking about waiting, that we were like, want to go for a ride? And we literally took off on our bikes, went for a ride, and then came back and did whatever auditioning we were supposed to be doing. So there was kind of an affinity. When you meet a friend, a friend is a friend, whatever your industry is. It was sort of like that vibe, I guess, that then became useful to us when we did Bill and Ted, because we sort of fell into this thing.
Yeah. And you met in the industry, but you've maintained this friendship outside of that for so many years. What's the key to keeping a friendship like this? Monthly dinners?
I think about that.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. I think it's trust, I'd say, is probably, if I had to choose a single word, sort of like a loose trust, though. You just kind of know the person knows you, and you know them, and you kind of, you go through so many things in life, permutations and good times and bad times and ins and outs, and that sort of loose trust of you're okay with that person wherever you are. They kind of meet you where you are, I guess, I'd say.
And there's a lot of themes in Waiting on Godot. You've got absurdity, there's comfort and companionship in a world where time is uncertain. So how do you guys relate to this show at all?
I mean, we have some age on us now, and I think that perspective, the age gives you a whole other perspective of time. I feel like our 25-year-old perspective of time and our living perspective of time now is so different. The past, the future, what happened, what have we done, what are we doing, what is time? I mean, all of that.
What have we gained? What have we lost? Who have we lost? What do we fear losing? Like just where you are in your life at this point in your life. You know, we're both 60, and the characters are that basically around that age, and so it's kind of written for. You can really relate to so much of what the characters are going through.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, a new format that you guys are working together on Broadway as opposed to on screen. What did you guys learn about each other? Anything new that you've learned about each other throughout this process?
Well, we're 9 days into rehearsal, and as you said, we've been going through the year. So what is that? New.
Some of it's abstract, I would say.
Abstract.
You know, there is abstract. There are times when we're just like, because we're performing, we've played music together, like we've done different types of performance together that isn't Bill and Ted. But there's like, the text is so rich and it gets at so much in terms of intimacy, vulnerability, fear, hopes, lack of hope, that there will be sometimes we're just kind of in the trenches together, and I'm just, it's almost like a completely different way into you. Like, it's like, oh, you know, and you kind of roll with it because it's part of performance, but it'd be hard for me to concretize what that is. It's almost like when you're playing music and you're like, you just hit on something. But that's very new. That's not something we're normally doing or have done, is doing Bill and Ted.
Right. New and exciting.
It's like Bill and Ted on steroids.
It really is.
Like other,
like cracked
or
all the way
super
open.
turbo.
Yeah.
Something, intensity, kind of like the work that we would do on the floor in rehearsal for Bill and Ted as artists.
Right. Yeah.
This is even more concentrated and more.
Yeah. More in depth, more vulnerable, more everything.
Okay, my last question for you. Waiting for Godot, obviously you said before your director is Jamie Lloyd, who also directed Sunset Boulevard, Evita. I don't know if you've seen, those two shows have gone viral from Jamie Lloyd for, at the end of the play, at the end of the show, the male lead comes out and takes their bow in their boxers. Have either of you decided if you might take on that tradition, or are we leaving that behind?
Well, this show, we don't have any clothes on at all, so.
Don't tell them that.
Sorry, Jamie.
That's a thing.
Tickets are going to
giving away.
I mean, you can't help it. It's just you want to bare your soul. Everywhere, all the time. All you want to do is just bare your soul. He was the first one to practice the bow with the boxers.
Yeah, and then without the boxers.
And then,
Now you're really going to sell the tickets. Talk about, promoting a show. Well, thank you guys so much. I think that was all our time, but so fun to talk to you guys. And congratulations. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much.
And watch. Yeah.